Well, it looks like you can solve some of your problems and maybe create a new one as ESPN, Fox, and Warner Bros. / Discovery have announced plans to launch a sports streaming platform.
Oh, because that's what we need, another streaming service.
Yeah, so they're saying what they're addressing is the fact that you have to own a bunch to see all of the major professional sports leagues over the 15 networks or so that these people have. And let's remember, that's ESPN is also ABC Disney. So, they're a root of some of those other apps that they're talking about. But it's going to be a one-stop app to view most of the sports that you would want to see. I mean, some fringe stuff you're still going to have to hunt the internet for.
If you want to see like squirrels skiing, you might have to go somewhere else.
God, that's my favorite sport.
What people are going to ask is, do you have the NFL? Do you have college football? And if you have those things, and finally, can you give me all my hometown games? If you can give those three things to a sports fan, you will change the way people watch television, and it would rock the old school industry. We just gave up telephones yesterday. What's next?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to address it. But for now, the Super app is going to give it a shot. Also, this is kind of funny. The Vegas mayor, you know how they're going to build that super stadium for the Oakland A's to come there?
Yeah.
She's not so sure that's a great idea, even though the plans are in development. She says they should do everything in their power to beg to stay in Oakland and keep the dream alive. People in Las Vegas are shaking their head going, I thought we already sealed this
isn't that
deal.
a done deal?
It seems to be. I mean, anytime you're building a stadium, though, you have to come through on it in order to make a legitimate contract. It would void. So we'll keep you posted there and see if the A's will be Las Vegas or Oakland. There's the sports.
It's almost like, I just don't want to deal with the paperwork and all the drama and the
She's
you
like,
know,
I'm
the
going
press.
to Cancun during the ribbon cutting. Can't
Yeah, but
be there.
also-
Like, why would she want to push that away?
It's huge.
Okay, I have the Vegas mayor was saying this? Or
Yeah.
That's
The
so...
Las Vegas mayor. You would think
That's so
it would be Oakland, but no, it's
Yeah.
Vegas. I mean, is it an embarrassment of riches for this lady? You know, they just got hockey, they just got football, but it seems inevitable, and it seems like she's not going to get reelected.
yeah, right. Like, lady, get out of here.
All right, this hour's keyword for your chance at $1,000 in cash. I mean, dude, people left and right in Portland are winning money. Listen to this guy.
This is Kevin from Portland, and I just won $1,000 listening to 105.9 The Brew.
Yeah.
Hey, Kev. What up, Kev?
This hour's keyword is bank. So log on 1059thebrew.com. It takes less than 30 seconds. You can do this on your cell phone or your desktop. As soon as you get there, a box will pop up. Type in the keyword bank, and we could call you back in minutes with the cash. Good luck from The Brew. Got the dumbass of the day coming up here in a few minutes. In 1 hour, we've got tickets to go see Heart and Cheap Trick. Make sure you're listening to win those tickets. But we're getting closer and closer to bacon and beer. Next Friday at Stormbreaker Brewing in St. John's. Everyone who shows up gets free bacon. Yesterday, I accidentally said free beer a couple times.
Yeah, which is not true, unfortunately.
They're already lined up out front of the place after we heard that. We got to slowly whisk them away.
Free bacon next Friday to everyone who shows up. And, of course, we have tons and tons of concert tickets to give away, including a trip to Seattle to see the Rolling Stones at Lumen Field.
That's right.
And we're asking people to bring down canned food, some non-perishable foods to bacon and beer. We're trying to collect over 1,200 pounds of food next Friday.
Mm-hmm. And some people are just going to throw this stuff away. You always can ask a neighbor if you don't have it yourself.
Sure, yeah. And it feels like a daunting task, but you can go buy like pallets of beans or, like canned vegetables, things like that. It doesn't cost a ton of cash, and it makes a big difference.
And if you want to donate cash at Bacon and Beer, we'll have a QR code for you to scan, and $10 equals 30 meals, which is pretty crazy, pretty cray-cray.
Mm-hmm.
So next Friday, come on down, Stormbreaker Brewing in St. John's, all the info, and a chance to sign up for the Deranged Marriage and all that good stuff. 1059thebrew.com.
Yes.
Let's do this. A guy bites off a cop's finger during an arrest.
Oh my.
Just normal behavior. Normally you think, bit it right off.
Oh my. How hard do you have to bite down to get through bone?
I don't know.
And muscle?
You got to give it a run.
He could have had that tweak strength, what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But this normally would, sound like it would come from Colorado, like Florida rather, but this one comes from Colorado.
Well, what part of Colorado?
Denver.
Oh, wow.
A man in Colorado went cannibal after allegedly biting off the tip of a police officer's finger during an arrest on Saturday.
Just the tip. That's fine.
Cops responded to a call in an alley behind a restaurant in Denver just after 1 p.m. where a guy identified as Tyrone Brooks, 48, was yelling and shoving a terrified woman. According to the arrest affidavit, Brooks refused to step away from the woman and speak to the officers, continuing to scream at her. He allegedly put his hand over the lady's mouth when he tried to talk to the police.
Oh, yeah, that's a good look, bud. Hold on, I'm talking. Schlunk.
Yeah, don't say anything. Don't say a word.
Quiet down.
I'll cover this.
After taking Brooks to the ground for resisting arrest and having a potential weapon, he turned onto his back and allegedly bit through an officer's ring finger.
Whoa.
Oh,
so he got deep in the hand there. I was thinking it was going to be a pointer special, but ring finger. But I wonder how much the tip means.
Well, to make matters even worse, Brooks then turned and spat the tip of the finger in the officer's direction. According to the affidavit, he has since been booked into jail for second-degree assault on a peace officer.
Yeah, second degree, really. And then that must mean he didn't get all the way to a knuckle. I feel like if you lop me off at a knuckle, you're getting
how many digits?
Yeah.
My guess is it was just like a digit, like one digit.
Like one.
You mean like just the little meaty tip?
Yeah,
probably.
my guess is the cop was wrestling with him and had his hand on his face.
So
right?
you're
was
saying-
pushing his head to the ground or something, and that's the reason the guy was able to get the tip into his mouth.
So do you think past
have
the
you-
nail
you've
or
been there
before
before,
the
Laura.
nail?
Sorry, what?
Were you thinking past the nail or before the nail?
Past the nail, but before the
first knuckle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Maybe right there.
And if it is that size a piece, that's a pretty big spit back. I mean, you got to dodge that bad boy. I mean, I guess you're going to get more meat behind it than you would just a little.
Well, it's like what it's like when you bite off a fingernail. You got to.
Dude, I remember being
Imagine
in-
biting off the full tip of a finger.
I was in the 8th grade, and I had a friend. I think his name was David, but he was crazy. We only hung out for like 1 year, and then you realize that those people are nuts.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he got into a fight after school once with this kid named Kenny. David pushed Kenny to the ground and bit into his cheek.
Like his face?
He bit into his cheek. I don't think I saw David after that. I think he went to juveniles
Yeah,
or
oh,
something.
man,
But
I remember kids like that. They're
But
just
yeah,
gone.
David pushed his kid to the ground and bit his left cheek and took a big piece of skin off of it.
What's
you
up with-
permanently maim someone doing that.
Yeah.
I think because it wasn't in school, so I don't know. I want to say I saw him in school again, but
But I think we all know a kid when we were younger who would just go around biting people, right? Like
That
I
was
have
David.
one person in my mind who she was new. When I was new in 5th grade, she was new in 5th grade. And her whole thing was, watch out, Carolyn bites. and she would just go around and just like bite people. And
She's like an
it's-
angry chihuahua. What is she just going around biting people?
I don't know. It's just her thing.
It's just slightly troubled. And when
You
I
had
was
brothers.
a kid,
Did you like any of your brothers bite each other?
No, there were some. We played by certain rules. You know, we would be. I mean, mostly I would say we. I would likely catch most beatings, but at the same time, we tried to never punch each other in the face, and we did not attack each other's
You said
face or body
tried.
in that manner.
We
But-
tried to avoid
Nut
the face.
punches only.
Oh, everyone's been slapped. I mean, I was attacked more by, you know, like on the playground, you know, girls used to like to just swing and hit, give you
Yeah.
a big old donkey kick right in the
I
schlong.
had a girl who would slap and pinch. She would pinch me really hard.
Lauren, I can still remember, like, first day at school, I was told this girl kicks people in the balls.
Oh,
And I was
man.
like, yeah, she's not just going to waltz up. And I said 2 words sideways to this girl, and she just curved her foot and put one right up in a main
I
street.
wonder what Lauren's up to these days.
Right?
man.
Oh, she's got to be in prison.
I don't know. I'm still picking the pieces out of my tummy, though.
I wonder, maybe like her parents said, listen, if anybody, you know, if you feel threatened or something, just
Yeah.
kick.
Right,
What,
this
why
is
does
what
she,
you
why does she
do.
do
Yeah.
that?
If that's her
attack.
threat level, she's at the mall like, whack, whack.
Yeah, there was this girl I remember in first grade. Her name was Tiffany, and she would come up and she would pinch me, and then she would I can't. We called it something different in school. What I can't say it on the air now.
yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah.
would squeeze your arm.
Oh, yeah, the arm burn.
The arm burn thing, yeah, and she would do that to me, and she didn't realize that I liked it
Oh, pff.
because I always thought that
That's-
felt good. I thought that rub burn on your arm, I thought it felt great.
That explains a lot about you,
when,
Tanner.
Yeah.
When your older brother does it to you for a half an hour while doing
You get over it pretty
well,
quickly.
They also had a derogatory term for the other thing, but we'll just call it a car wash. They had the typewriter and the arm burn. They
Yeah.
just rotate until you cry.
I don't know
a
what the car wash or the typewriter
car
are.
wash is where they hold your arms down
All right.
and they just take their hair and wash back and forth.
Check out the webcam because
Oh.
Drew's going to give Laura the car wash here in a second during the commercial break.
great. Yeah.
It's where your hair is just going back and forth over their face.
Oh, so a girl has to do it, or someone
No,
with long hair.
I mean, just any hair. Trust me, they'll put your forehead on your face. And then the chest torture, you know what that is, just taps on the sternum.
I can imagine that being really bad as
Oh.
someone with a beard, like a long beard,
Oh,
doing that
yeah.
to you. Like,
Your brothers
Not only
nev-
that, it's gross.
No, I never had either of those.
You never
things.
got a chest torture.
They
No, like
neglected Laura.
the arm burn, yes.
Laura
the
was
other
neglected.
2 things, I was neglected, so I didn't get beat up by my older brother did beat me up, but
But
he
you are
like
a
just
girl,
like.
too. You can't just, like, keep attacking a girl.
I mean, that's
Right,
not
it's,
true.
you know, like-
I
like
mean,
playful picking on your
yeah,
sister.
little sisters.
They
Yeah,
just,
we don't.
they just
we
left
don't
Laura in
count.
the back room to play with her dolls.
Yeah, I don't have
But
dolls.
it was like
How dare you?
doubled.
She didn't. She ended up playing with boy toys, and that's why she's all weird now.
Beanie Babies.
You get left in the basement with 3 sibling boys, and you're in the middle. It's like Double Dragon. You
You're
know, the
like,
door
oh God,
locks
get
and
me
the
out of
weapons
here.
come out.
All right, coming up in a little bit, we've got another keyword, but we still have like 18 minutes or so to get this hour's keyword in. If you want to score $1,000 in cash, and people in Portland and Vancouver and Salem have been winning left and right, man. So
It's true.
don't pass up an opportunity. The keyword is bank. Go to 1059thebrew.com right now and enter that keyword for your shot at $1,000. This is a wild video, man. This guy is on a cell phone. You can't hear the other person he's talking to. You just hear his side of the conversation. But he's pulling up to a gas station, maybe after a long day's work.
Yeah.
Looking to fill up.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, another pickup truck comes screaming out of the scene, into the scene, and smashes directly into a gas pump and takes the whole thing out.
Oh.
Right in front of this guy.
Massive.
Yeah, this is like a car length in front of this dude, and he just missed it.
And I don't really give a now. He should have, like I said.
Like, you can tell he's already having a day.
Yeah,
this is not
right.
good. Dinner's gonna be an earful of something.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't really give a now.
Oh, okay.
He should have, like I said months ago, whether or not, something. Oh my God! What the?
You can't believe
What
it.
the?
I think that'd be my reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What just happened?
And you don't know what to do because it's a big explosion. So are you even like, what's the final call on that guy in the truck?
I think he probably was okay. I don't
He
think
kind of went through it.
Yeah, but his truck is screwed, and I don't think that guy's going to be able to get gas now.
That was
Hey,
a Mike.
he's like,
Get
man!
gas.
Damn it!
That was a Michael Bay movie.
It really was. It looked like something right out of a Transformers film. So go check out that video. It's pretty crazy. 1059thebrew.com. Just click on Tanner, Drew, and Laura. You can also listen to our Donkey Show podcast from yesterday and Monday. It's the show after the show, completely unedited and uncensored. There's no songs or commercials. It's just us talking and really often regretting the things we talk about.
That's right.
So go check that out. And the Dog of the Week, much, much more, 1059thebrew.com. All right, Cheap Trick tickets coming up here at 7:30. Cheap Trick and Heart, actually. At 7:30 this morning. And coming up next, we're going to talk about what's really going on between the sheets.
Ooh.
Oh.
What's really happening, like what people are really doing in bed.
Oh, man.
Sleeping.
What am I missing out on?
And we'll get to that. Your next chance to score $1,000 in cash, though, is coming up right after the Foo Fighters. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on The Brew. Happy Wednesday. What are people really doing between the sheets? I love my bed. And Drew,
me
I know
too.
you love your bed. I got
do.
mine from Mattress Firm, and it's a BD Rest Black. I sit on that thing, and it's like laying on a cloud, Laura. It's laying on a cloud.
It's very nice.
Whenever you return to it, like after a vacation or, some sort of trip, and you return to your bed, oh, man, that's another thing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love the sheets.
But what's going on between those sheets? What's really going on in the bedroom?
Oh, just like a lot of
Snoring and farting?
sleeping, and the
Night
usual
farts.
stuff. Yeah, so many night farts.
Well, a new survey has revealed what Americans really do in bed, and it's actually kind of interesting. I thought I was actually surprised at the first one because I don't do this at all. I think it's gross.
Are these just normal moves or things like,
Or like
from the adult zone?
Sexy time.
It's all sorts of things.
Okay. All right.
Like before we go around the room, like what's your favorite thing to do in bed, Laura?
I wasn't kidding when I said sleep. I
It's
really
the
enjoy
only
that
time
part
I
of it.
get in that bed.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend who was also that way. I remember when we'd lay down to go to bed, she would smile. Like she'd pull the blankets up.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anybody be that happy to go to bed.
It's the best part of the day.
I'm pretty stoked when it's
Yeah.
at 9:03 or whatever, when I'm laying there and I don't have to be anything.
Mhm.
Oh man, I'm pretty stoked.
Well-
I could be caught smiling.
Yeah.
It's not as sketchy as you might think, or scandalous, I guess, as you might think. After sleeping, watching TV is the most popular activity that Americans like to do in bed.
I am
65% of people.
I'm staunchly against the TV in the bedroom.
I've
Like,
got one, but I never turn it on.
I don't like and if I didn't have to have like a phone, like if I didn't use my phone as my alarm, I wouldn't have a phone in my room either. Just get the distractions out. Like there's one reason I'm in there,
Yeah.
and that's to go to sleep.
Do you and Amy have a TV in your bedroom, Laura? Or Drew? I don't know why I called you Laura.
I do. We don't actually. Me and Amy do not.
You should. We do for only one purpose, and that's where my kids watch their movies before they go to bed. But as soon as I go to bed, like they're kicked out to their rooms, I read them stories, and that TV's off.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a single minute in my room in years. I'm with you guys on the idea
Yeah,
that
I can't
shut
do
it down. I won't even lay there and scroll my phone. It's time to go to bed.
65% of people will watch TV in bed, followed by reading, 62%. That's what I love to do. I love reading in bed. It's what I do almost every night before I go to bed, to wind down. I turn my phone off.
I do that too. I look at my
read.
phone and then I read and then I turn the light off. And that's
I guess I never liked the angle you sit in a bed. Whether you're reading or you're watching a TV, your legs are out, you're propped half up. It's just, I don't sit like that in any other facet.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's either in or out.
The next most popular thing people do in bed is having sex. Yay!
Yeah.
Doesn't it suck that more people read?
Yeah, right. That's a good point.
60% of people say they like to have sex in bed, and 60% say they check their social media. I check my social media too. It's reading and social media, not much sex. When it comes to cleaning the sheets, some aren't washing them enough. I
feel like most people probably are not washing them enough, unless you're washing them like every week.
I'm doing it every week now. I've gotten to the habit of
Okay,
it.
all right.
Ours are clean every week.
I've got 2 sets actually, so I rotate.
Yeah, that's smart.
I had one for the longest time, and it was just a mistake.
Rotation's key.
45% admit they only do their laundry a couple of times a month, so like twice a month. I guess that's not terrible.
I can't say much because I don't actually do most of it. But somebody does.
Because some people who don't wash their sheets ever, like there's some people who've been sleeping on the same sheets for a year. Right now listening, I guarantee it.
And we've talked about this when we were 22 or something. That would happen.
I definitely did.
Yeah, dude, the sheets in my college dorm room, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely
never
went the
I was a
distance.
heathen. I used to have a wall of laundry inside my closet in college, and I would open it and just Febreze the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
not
yeah.
to wear necessarily, but just to keep the funk down so I can live.
Listen to this. A third of Americans, 33%, admit to eating between the sheets. I do not like eating in bed. You're
I
a
cannot
madman.
eat in bed.
Getting crumbs in the
Yeah,
bed.
no.
Oh, my God. When my kids, I come up there and somebody's like, rock some crackers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an issue.
I was seeing a girl once, and I came home once. I came home early, and she was in my bed with 2 slices of pizza.
No, I mean, if I was drunk or
It's not
something,
bad.
like
That's-
I've definitely, I mean,
What condition that pizza's in really comes down to.
It was
like,
night before's
yeah.
pizza, but like, at least it
Okay.
wasn't like chips.
yeah, because hot
Sure.
pizza I'd have an issue with. That's greasy things.
Right.
That's sauce and
Yeah, good
cheese. But
point.
like if you're coming off of a cold plate on that, I'd be less mad than crackers.
yeah, because crackers just get
Crackers are the worst.
everywhere.
That you might as well just throw dirt in there.
Yeah,
You see someone that's eating a big plate of spaghetti in bed.
yeah, and I feel like that also
set the bread on the pillow.
that also goes along with, I think, having a TV in your room. It's like, oh, I'm gonna watch a movie. Oh, I'm gonna grab some popcorn, or I'm gonna have a snack. But it's like, no.
And
Keep the crumbs out of here.
Yeah.
And even to eat like that, when it's your birthday and someone brings you breakfast in bed, I'm the worst because I'm like, oh, thanks. Can I bring it downstairs?
Right? Can I just eat this at the table
I'm
like a
this
normal
is
human
weird.
being?
I'm just laying in my bed eating
Right.
toast.
Yeah.
When it comes to sleep, a quarter of people are getting less than 6 hours a night. Only 2 in 10 follow a strict bedtime or sleep schedule. And to optimize your sleep, people use white noise, meditation, and scent. I got a white noise machine. Right
Yeah.
now it's on rain. I just have the sound of rain playing.
Why do you? That's hilarious. It rains so much outside, and you
Yeah.
need artificial rain to
'Cause
put you to sleep.
the reason I
Can't
turned
you
it
hear
on-
it outside?
Well, because
Crack a window.
there was a storm that one night a couple weeks ago, and I just wanted to add to it because my
Okay.
side of my house was getting battered.
Not enough rain.
Not enough.
Let's go harder.
And so I cranked it up, and I just never switched it off.
That's
so
fair.
usually
it
it's
is
just a
calming. Yeah, which I guess is fine.
He's got white noise. I have pink Benadryl. See you at 9 p.m. Goodbye.
There you go. Yeah, I don't need white noise to go to sleep.
2/3 prefer their sheets to smell like fresh, clean, or soapy fragrances, while 57% want their bedding to smell like a calming, peaceful place. That's what I want, a calming, peaceful spot.
Doesn't it just smell like medium level laundry detergent and a dryer
Yeah.
sheet?
Well, and also, like, how long does it smell like that? 1 or 2 nights,
Exactly,
and then it
yeah.
just smells like dirty body.
And I got a dog, and I let my dog in my bed, and
Yeah.
it's about a day before that thing's just, I got to wash him again. I feel
Right.
like.
I mean, there's nothing better than clean sheets, but it just doesn't last that long.
What I hate,
true.
and if anybody has a dog with a lot of hair, like a golden retriever, that's what I have. You'll know that it's because I got dark sheets, like gray sheets, and you can see the hair on it. But when the sun hits it, I go, oh my god! I think my bed is growing hair.
Yeah.
Oh
There's
my gosh.
when the bed hits the side of my, the sun hits the side of my bed. I'm like, geez, Louise.
I got the opposite problem because obviously I got nobody sleeping next to me most nights. Except
just
for
the cat hairs
Yes.
piled up next to her.
No, seriously. Like I have like off-white sheets, and there is just black fur where a person would be. I'm just like, who's been sleeping next to me?
And if you could get that crow to come sleep on your headboard, you would too.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
All right, here in a few minutes, we got tickets to go see Heart and Cheap Trick. We're gonna check your talkback messages, so download the iHeartRadio app for your cell phone today. $1,000 could be yours right now from the Cash Karen. You could win $1,000 just like Thomas did.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, man, that's terrific. Wow, thank you.
He's happy about it.
I mean, I would be.
This hour's keyword is money. Log on to 1059thebrew.com right now. As soon as you get there, a box will pop up. Type in the keyword money, and we could call you back in minutes with the cash. Drew's got sports coming up here next. What do you have this morning?
A big new sports app on the way. We'll tell you what you can get there.
That's coming up on the other side of Hendrix. Happy Wednesday. It's 7:26 on the Brew.
Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but ESPN, Fox, and Warner Bros. Are all going to team up and make a super sports app where you can gain access to all 15 of their networks over the 4 major professional sports leagues at a one-stop app. Well, that's all great. That's great stuff. I have ESPN Plus. I enjoy it for many things. I like that the UFC fights are on there. I can get some obscure games. But here's my gripe. If you go somewhere on vacation, you take a Fire Stick with you and you put it in the side of a smart TV, or you just have a smart TV, I guess, and you have Wi-Fi and you have ESPN Plus, you cannot watch the games that are on ESPN or ESPN2. The main games are not on the app. That's where the problems are. So it's like, oh, we're going to hook this all up. That should have been hooked up with Plus.
Right.
You're already paying a premium, but, can't bitch all morning. But come on, guys.
How much do they know how much the app is going to cost yet? Have they talked about that?
They haven't given
or-
us that. They just want something to let you chew on it
The
for a
low,
second.
low price of $19.99 a month.
I bet it's going to be something gross like that, but you better have everything. And everybody is talking right now about the Super Bowl, the Chiefs and the 49ers. And I heard an interesting take yesterday, and that is that the Chiefs went on the road and beat the Bills. They went on the road, they beat the Ravens, two of the best teams in the entire NFL, and they were underdogs both times. And here they are in the Super Bowl. They're an underdog again. And you know what's been happening because of that? Money is pouring in on the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, it's just like rolling off mountains in Las Vegas. The line is twice as long for them as it is for the other side. And something to think about is that casinos are not built on paying out the long line. Every lock bet I've ever opened my mouth and said lock bet, I've lost. So be careful. The line's going to move at some point because of that line. But watch out for Vegas. They do not lose. There's your sports.
All right, this hour's keyword is money. Log on at the website, 1059thebrew.com, and a box is going to pop up. As soon as you get there, type in the keyword money, and we could call you back within minutes with $1,000 in cash money.
Nice.
All right, we do have tickets to go see Heart coming up here in Heart and Cheap Trick, actually, coming up here in just a second. Also, we'll tell you about a man who was arrested for molesting a fire extinguisher.
What?
Full stories coming up right after Green Day on The Brew. We got some tickets to go see Heart and Cheap Trick here in a few minutes. Got these tickets all week for you. Or you could log on for a chance to win at 1059thebrew.com. Beefwater's in here. How was the drive-in from Vancouver? Beefwater.
A little slow in the north end of town, but it thawed out as I moved my way south.
Nice. There you go.
You could be a traffic guy. I could see it.
I'm in it enough.
Do they still put people in helicopters? Like, do they put Officer Tony in a helicopter?
They have
His name is Tony Martinez.
They've got a traffic Subaru now. I'm serious. This dude drives around in it, and he talks to you from his like the dash cams on, at least on the news.
Yeah, but remember, like Channel 2 had like 2 helicopters.
I remember
at one point.
High Flying Ron O'Brien is the traffic guy that I remember.
High Flying
Ron O'Brien.
And what channel is he? KG Dubs?
I don't remember offhand, but I just remember the name.
So was Motormouth Mike was never in an airplane?
I think Motormouth Mike, he used to just work for he may have done TV, but I just remember from the radio.
Yeah.
He'd be Motormouth Mike Z100.
Yeah, and I think as a kid I just put Motormouth and like he's in a chopper.
They were all in choppers then.
Then I'm assuming that because Channel 2 had like 2 of them.
Yeah, Channel 2 is the one who has the sweet Subaru now.
But so they got rid of their chopper? Like, what are they doing?
But I don't
Many
think you.
moons
I
ago,
think
I
you
think.
probably don't need one with like GPS and stuff like that. You can just look at a computer screen to see what's backed up. You don't need to fly over.
I always thought it was
That's a
cool
good
when they would,
point.
like the news
I
team
mean,
would
it is
pose in front of their
cool.
chopper.
Yeah,
it was
for
cool
sure.
to have them going.
Like the A-team.
I mean,
In
I
the
know
good old days.
Channel 2 and Channel 8 for sure had a chopper going every morning. Did
Yeah.
6 also? Did
you're
everybody
not-
have one at one
I
point
think
in time?
everyone had one at one point.
If you're not belaying out of a chopper into the coin tower, I don't
Yeah.
know what you're doing.
Well, due to budget cuts, not
Yeah,
everyone can
that's the
afford a
thing.
helicopter
And I
anymore.
feel like
You know what we should do? We should dangle somebody from a helicopter for traffic. That's what we should do.
I do.
I mean, the news got rid of their cameraman. Basically, they don't have time for chopper.
I feel like Fox 12 was the last of the Mohicans in the chopper department. I feel like they were still flying not that long ago.
Yeah. Chopper.
I missed the chop.
I had to say it like that.
Chop chop.
All right. Laura had to say it like that too.
Yeah,
So this North Carolina man was arrested for molesting a fire extinguisher.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
let's hear him out. What happened?
Here's a local report.
Misuse.
Can we not change that name though?
Yeah, work on that.
So there wasn't any actual molestation
didn't, like-
of the fire extinguisher. It's
yeah.
just somebody using it incorrectly.
Get your mind out of the gutter. You
It's
didn't-
not molestation if you what all over.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. We've got to change the name.
Yeah, it is silly. It should be like discharging a fire extinguisher
in an inappropriate
because
place.
it's not something you're gonna be writing down every day.
He molested a fire extinguisher.
I could have sworn it winked at me.
I was gonna say the thing fire extinguishers all give. I didn't know how he was gonna do that.
It
but
sounds like
Yeah.
he
something
did.
it's been on the books for a while and they just haven't changed it yet.
Oh,
Maybe
it's
Like
Maybe
no
they should.
cows on the freeway type
Yeah.
of a thing.
Right.
Well, there you go. North Carolina man's been arrested
Well,
for
it's good to
the
know you can't
molestation
just
of a fire extinguisher.
Shoot those things off wherever you
No,
want.
can't.
Yeah,
But
especially
it
not
does,
in the courthouse.
It does light people up, though. I've been a part of doing one to someone's room before, and he had dust in his keyboard like 4 years later.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my God.
Yeah, I mean he had earned it. He dragged a garbage can into my room, so I blasted him.
Yeah, he deserves
When I say a
that.
part of it, I pulled the trigger.
Can you just vacuum that up?
If you find it all. I
But-
mean, you
but
got to
So
think.
it's not-
You got to think if it blew up in here, every single thing would have it on there. You'd be finding it
even little crease and
Yeah,
a piece
all
of
of-
metal or
up under where Tanner sits, which you're like, oh, I can't get under there. It'd be under there.
Wow.
It's everywhere. It's designed to get everywhere and stop the fire.
Huh. What even is that stuff? Because it's not water.
It's
What-
like
what
a
is-
dust almost. It's a weird. It's like a fake snow once it's settled. But it's yeah.
reminds me of moon dust, even though I've never actually seen or touched moon dust. But that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Its ability to just kind of do
Yeah.
that. I mean, I didn't even empty it. I just gave him like a kabloom, and that was
just a
enough.
puff.
That was enough. I'm not sure he's forgiven me. It's been 20 years.
All right, well, let's give away some tickets to go see Heart and Cheap Trick. This show is going down September 17th at the Moda Center. And yeah, Cheap Trick, and this is like all of them, like Ann Wilson and
Everybody.
All two of them,
Nancy.
they're there.
Hall of Fame inductees.
Yeah.
They were beefing for so long. Like, didn't they?
Yeah.
Didn't one like hook up with one's husband or something?
No,
Wasn't there
it
some-
was somebody's husband like beat up the other one's kid or something. So
that
that
sounds
was
pretty
the,
normal.
Well,
the
listen,
drama.
the kid had it coming.
Right.
Little smart mouth.
Yeah.
So they've got all that behind them.
Uh-huh.
They've put that behind them, the smart mouth and all.
Yep.
And we've got tickets for you. So caller 10 gets them right now. 866-445-1059.
Well, $7 million. That is how much it's going to cost for a 30-second Super Bowl commercial this year. And if you're thinking, well, that's so much money, who would pay that amount of money for a 30-second ad? Well, Super Bowl commercials, the inventory actually sold out early this year. Beginning of November, I believe those spots were sold out. So
the people
plenty of people find value in those commercial
Pepsi and
spots.
Budweiser and Coca-Cola, $7 million's nothing.
It's nothing. It is a little bit steeper than last year's, but not a ton. It is, however, 75% more than it was 10 years ago and 200% greater than 2 decades ago when a Super Bowl commercial was only about $2 million.
Wow.
Studies have shown that the strongest tropical storms are getting more intense, so they have now proposed creating a new category of hurricane. Right now,
great.
The tippy top is Category 5. They're saying, well, maybe now we should create a Category 6 for winds that exceed 192 miles per hour. Currently, storms with winds of 157 miles an hour or higher are categorized as Category 5. And finally, this is kind of crazy. I just got a text message from my friend. Breaking news right here. I just got a text message from my friend. She's like, are you okay? Is your apartment okay? Is everything fine? I'm like, what are you talking about? I look it up. There was a massive explosion in North Portland. Actually, I guess, according to this report I was reading, several small explosions that created a huge fire at about North Killingsworth and Albina this morning at about 6:30. And it was...
Was it a house or business or?
Royce's Prop Shop is the name of the
That means
Wait a
it's
second.
probably
business.
I'm guessing that's vintage stuff.
They are they make our float for the Starlight Parade every year.
You're serious?
Oh, and it
It's
was
a
just a
prop guy.
warehouse that I would assume there's a ton of stuff in
Well,
that
that's
warehouse.
probably
It's
the
just,
stuff
like,
that's
gone up.
exploding and
they-
catching fire.
It is that place is full of stuff.
Oh my God.
Oh my God! Well, and
Royce's Prop
Royce's
Shop.
Prop Shop.
from the pictures and the videos, it looks like. I doubt anything is coming out of that.
Yeah,
building.
it'll be a
It's
Starbucks
pretty-
in a month.
Wow.
That's crazy. So,
Well, man, I hope
are we
terrible.
not going to? We're supposed to be in the Starlight Parade this year, and that guy's supposed to make our float,
That's going to be an
and he's
issue.
supposed to make it there in that building.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
what
don't
the hell's
see
the guy's
that.
doing?
I don't
Crazy.
see that happening. But yeah, it looks pretty wild.
Well, hopefully
So
everybody's okay first and before anything else.
Yeah,
a series
absolutely.
of small explosions that led to a big
A
explosion.
big fire.
And the video
Yeah.
was crazy. I mean, it looked like a
Plumes
giant
of
fire.
smoke.
Huh.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly what happened. Hopefully, it happened at about 6:30 this morning, so hopefully nobody was inside, nobody was injured, but we'll
Yeah.
keep you posted.
Probably
So pretty-
squirrels.
Yeah, they're
They're
responsible
always doing
for
everything.
all the crazy shenanigans.
All right, more on those stories at 1059thebrew.com. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we want to know, is there something that you've been holding on to that you probably should have thrown out a long time ago? Maybe it's an old T-shirt or a piece of furniture or just something you've had for a long time. And you're like, this is garbage. I don't need this. I don't even want it, but I can't get rid of it.
But it's got so much sentimental value.
It's tough to let it go.
866-445-1059 is the phone number. You can also send us a text message on our Lazy Boy text line at 98197. All right, the Cash Karen is back with another chance at $1,000 coming up right after Bush. Listen for that keyword to win. So I blame my mom. I'm a bit of a hoarder, and I think it's because of my mom. I don't hoard trash. I'm not as bad as those people on TV.
Right.
I throw garbage out. But I hold on to sentimental things and things that I, don't need and don't use anymore, but I just can't seem to get rid of. There's this old table that my mom's had since she was about 29 years old. And she, now I have it, and I just can't get rid of it. It's the ugliest table. I don't even want it in the house. But it's it's in the garage now. It's like a workbench.
Yeah,
but I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you're getting use out of it. You know what I mean?
That's called a catch-all.
Yeah.
And my wife, once it becomes a catch-all, it's out.
But you've got items at your place that you might have not used in years, but you can't seem to get rid of it. What is that item? 866-445-1059. Drew thought of this the other day because you have a bunch of stuff that you're like, I don't need this, but I got it still.
So I had to go through every piece of clothing that I own, top to bottom. So I had to take the entire dresser, put it on the bed, everything from the closets, put it on the bed, and then we had to shake it down. So we're talking like 4 giant Goodwill bags down the stairs and gone. And, like just offloading. But one of the big things that I have is an obnoxious collection of hats. And ever since I started wearing the brand of hat I'm wearing right now, the melon hats, I don't need other hats. So, I mean, I started to pack them in a bag, and I was counting them as I was dropping them. And I was like, Lucy said this to me. She goes, "Are you crying?" I'm like, I'm not crying. I'm reviewing the hats. Because
I have something in my eye, okay?
Tanner, everyone I picked up, I'm like, boom. Oh, yeah, we wore this one on Port Paradise.
Yeah.
Oh, boom, this one. Oh, remember that crazy trip to Medford? Boom. Like, I have these memories, and they're all layered in hats because they're so identifiable. So I start packing them in. I gave away over 100 hats.
100? Did you have a hat closet?
No, I had a giant, like a laundry basket that was rowed with hats that sat in my closet. Just the entire laundry basket was stacked.
Okay, so here's another question. I know you like the brand of hats that you're wearing right now, but there's no other instance where you would throw on an old hat?
I kept a collection of about 10 that I couldn't pry my cold dead hands off.
Well, even the 40-year-old version didn't sell all of his toys.
Yes, exactly.
I think he kept Aquaman or whatever.
You keep a little, but old school hats, it's kind of like having a fleece on, or it's like having a sweatshirt on when they came out with fleece. It's like, oh wow, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
Oh, these are the moisture wicking. Oh god.
Yeah.
All these things, and then
but for you,
can't go back.
It's like a sentimental thing for you too, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Those hats. They mark, they're like rings on my tree.
Laura,
now some doob gets them.
I know that, when you and your ex-husband got divorced and you moved here, you kind of got rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up moving like 3 times within about a year-ish. So I downsized a lot during that time. I sold a lot of stuff at garage sales that even now, and like this is why people don't get rid of stuff, right? Even now I'm like, man, I wish I wouldn't have sold X, Y, and Z because I could use that right now. But at the time, I was like, I just need to get rid of this stuff. But the one thing that I've had for forever that I literally have not picked up probably for close to a decade is an acoustic guitar. Because while I was living, well, not so much. But while I was living in West Virginia, I took guitar lessons for a moment because I've always wanted to learn how to play the guitar, and at the time I had more time, and so I took lessons, and my guitar teacher gave me this acoustic guitar, and I played it for a while, and then life gets in the way, and it's not a priority to play the guitar anymore. But
guitars should be played. You're just letting it over there.
Well, here's the
dust.
problem: she can't give it to you, because if she gives it to you, then she quit.
Then she wants it.
No. Once you give it to someone, you've quit.
Right.
Oh, you
exactly.
quit. I see what you're saying.
Still at my house, I haven't quit the guitar.
Yes. So like yesterday, you're like, give it to me. I'm like, well, no, because the reason I have it is because
You'd like
someday
to be able to.
I might pick it up.
You'll never pick it up.
Probably.
But I mean, that might be true. But also, I like the idea of one day maybe I'm like, okay. Like, I'm going to pull up a YouTube video. Like, I'm going to
learn Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
I'm going to learn how to play something. Yeah.
That's a tough jam.
That's why I've kept it.
Yeah.
It's dusty AF, but it's still around.
Beef water, is there something that you've been holding on to? They're like, I don't need this. This is junk, but I just can't get rid of it.
I've got an attic full of it.
I believe
So
that.
I was up there the other day, and we still have the double stroller My kids are 16 and 18 now. Why is that thing
Yeah,
still
Yeah,
in
get
here?
rid of it.
why is
I'm
that?
sure
there's a-
Because what do
Why
you
is
do
that?
with it?
There's a mom, I'm sure, that could use it. It's probably old
you can't
now.
really you can't. Nobody will take it. Like
Nobody wants your ancient stroller.
Yeah,
Not
so
even
that's like-
Goodwill will take
This is
it.
when you need like to
All
get
the
a.
old safety measures that
I
don't
need-
roll
exist
that
anymore.
into the
Right.
street case
I
and you
need
go
a
to bed for the
dumpster
night.
in my driveway, and then I can clear all that stuff out. But sacks of old like stuffed animals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
the
it
stuffed
it
animals.
needs to go. But like you feel bad about throwing your children's childhood right
It
in
is
the
tough.
trash.
I've
Like,
got a
when
couple of
is it
my
time
stuffed
to drop
animals.
it, right?
Like I don't think I'm ever gonna drop these guys. I'm gonna keep. I had like 100 stuffed animals.
Well, that's
It's
the
so many,
prob-
but I kept like 2 or 3.
Well, that's the problem because if the kid has their say, you're not getting rid of any of them,
Right.
and you're the kid who kept the animals.
Yeah.
I have to, in the dark of night, throw their things out.
Sure.
So,
I mean, I'm sure you had to do the same
dude,
thing.
yeah, same. It's
But
a
I
tough
bet you
thing.
would have such an amazing garage sale, Casey Beefwater Bay. Are you? Because I
bet.
know you are a garage sailor in terms of like going to estate sales and things like that. But do you ever put one on?
I've
It'd probably
done
be
one,
like an
and I
antique
hated it.
shop.
Yeah, I
It
mean, it's
would.
not great, but I mean, it's kind of fun.
You
to
hated it, you said?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy hosting a garage
to
sale.
see your stuff.
The only thing I
leave.
would get irritated by is hagglers. Like the price is the price. Just you take it or leave it. It's $9.
Yeah, but I also feel like that's the fun of going to garage sales because you put this stuff out on a table in a dusty old garage and you put like a $5 sticker on it. Bro, I'm not paying $5 for that. Do you want to
The
get rid of
price
this
is
or
the
not?
price.
Like-
But I'm with Tanner because like bartering is one thing on a big ticket item, right? If we got a TV and you're asking 200, let's talk about it.
Okay, yeah, all
But
right.
but I'm with Tanner that like if there's a blanket that says 3 for $5 and it's like nice stuff and I'm just want it out of here and you're like, how about 5 for $5? Leave. Get out of my driveway.
it's
Yeah,
just
price
3
is
for
the
$5.
price.
That's it.
But yeah, no, I hear it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It is. But man, I need to thin that stuff out in a bad way, and I've just been trying to figure out the best way to do it. And I think I need a dumpster.
I asked this question on
Yeah.
Facebook yesterday. What's something that you're holding on to that you probably should have thrown out a long time ago? Valerie said a stuffed animal that is a baby Daisy duck. I've had it since I was a little girl, and I got it from Disney World. Probably will never get rid of it.
I think having like 1 or 2 things like that because I've got my Blukey nose stuffed animal that I still have propped up on a
Blukey?
shelf somewhere. Yeah, my stuffed ostrich.
Blukey.
Yeah.
Oh man, I bet you Blukey smells like a shoe.
Well, and Blukey nose has seen some things. I'll tell you that much.
Christopher
Blukey don't speak.
Christopher says his Megadeth shirt from the 80s. To be fair, I don't wear it anymore. It just hangs in my closet, and he took a picture of it.
Still cool to
You
have.
know those things
Yeah.
when you're clearing out the closet, you know you'll never wear it and you just slide it right past like it's not in conversation to get rid of. That's that shirt.
More of your calls and texts coming up in just a few minutes. Hang on.
Well, it is still tight. 1.5-point favorites for the San Francisco 49ers taking on Kansas City in a rematch of 4 years ago, and money is piling in. Now, that's not to say money isn't going in on the 49ers or the line would be moving faster. But a lot of people are afraid to take the game, so they're taking the over-under on points, which is just simply, will there be more than 47.5 points or less total in the game, which if you don't have a dog in the fight can be fun. I just warn against one thing, and that is if you take the under in a game and at the end of the first quarter they're like, what a barn burner, it's 28-14, you're done. Like, you might as well go have dip, or you better count down the minutes to usher, put a timer on the oven, because you're done. So if you're going to do that, be careful. Your game could be over by the second quarter, but it also could be if you take one of the big dogs, as for now, San Fran has the edge. Also in Las Vegas, they have, with this being the biggest weekend there in a long time, maybe the mayor's tired because she's saying that the Oakland A's need to focus on trying to stay in Oakland because that would be the ultimate dream for them, whereas she would benefit her city greatly if they brought this baseball team.
Didn't they already decide like they're tearing down the Tropicana to put the field there? Like I thought this was a done deal. Like I'm so confused.
I don't know if she was doing like a peach schnapps Tuesday or what, but it is a $1.5 billion stadium, which would change everything financially. Not that they need it, but it would help.
You really think the Las Vegas mayor is going to stop this from happening?
Yeah, she probably has near zero say on most of these fronts. I bet the people who own the casinos have more pull than she ever did.
Totally.
There's your sports.
Thank you much. All right, this hour's keyword for your chance at $1,000. You could win $1,000 this morning just like this dude.
This is Kevin from Portland, and I just won $1,000 listening to 105.9 The Brew.
Yeah.
Drinks on Kevin.
The keyword is credit. Log on 1059thebrew.com. Enter the keyword credit, and we could call you back in minutes with $1,000. We want to know this morning, is there something that you probably should have thrown out a long time ago but haven't yet? What is that thing? It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Your call is coming up after 3 Doors Down. Happy Wednesday. Holding on to things is something that I do. I'm weak at throwing things out. I'm not a hoarder of trash, but I'm a hoarder of sentimental items.
Sure.
I got things that I absolutely do not need. It is taking up space. It is ugly, but I just can't get rid of it. And one of those is like an old antique table my mom had since she was young. My stuffed animal from being a kid. You know, I just
What's
can't.
his name? Mr. Shrinkles?
Just Shrinkles,
Oh,
not
just
Mr.
Not
Just-
Mr. All right.
He's like Madonna.
It's not so formal. They're good buds.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, Shrinkles. I found him in like a big bin at Target when I was like 4 or something.
And you had to have him.
I had to. I begged.
And isn't it hard though? Like, because you're never getting rid of Shrinkles. That's not happening. But like at some point, you'll say goodbye to the table.
I hope so.
Likely, and that's tough.
But
Because
I'm-
as soon as it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone. That's why I haven't gotten rid of it yet. I'm just emotional about it.
Do you
But
ever just look in that rear view mirror as you pull away from Goodwill, like, yeah, there it goes.
another opportunity wasted?
Everything's gone.
But I mean, somebody else will probably take that table and refurnish it, and it'll be a beautiful work of art by the time they're finished with it.
And it'll be overpriced in a showroom
That's
at
right.
the
In
well
no time. Yeah.
So what items are you holding on to? You probably should have thrown this item out, but you just can't. You can't just part with it. You just can't get rid of it. What is that item? You can shoot us a talkback message through the iHeartRadio app. We got a couple of talkbacks from people through the iHeartRadio app.
Morning, Brew Crew. I've had this crock pot that belonged to my grandmother now for about 15 years. This thing is from the early to mid 70s. I mean, when the prongs were still 2 small ones and not one big one on one side. Haven't used it in years, but it's one of the only memories I got of her. Gotta keep it. It's just taking up some space in the back of the cupboard. Wife doesn't like it, but I can't get rid of it. Have a good day, guys.
Morning, Brew Crew. Total loaf. Something I have and I can't get rid of. I inherited my stepdad's Playboy collection. Dates back to like the 60s. I've got 11 storage boxes, just nothing but Playboys.
11 storage
I've read
boxes?
all the articles, and yeah, it's time to let them go. Just hard to get rid of them. Can't find a way.
He's read all the
read
articles.
all the articles.
Yeah,
I bet
right.
He got him from his dad. Like, you guys have really been going at this.
No, these are your fapping magazines,
Yeah,
son.
he's like, yeah, I became a man with these, and you will too.
Wait, did you get these pages stuck together, or did I?
I would have some of those appraised because those could be,
sure.
I would think, collector's items.
Your son, you can have all of these except for November 72.
Yeah.
That's mine.
That one, you're burying me with that one.
Yeah, I would think that some of those could be worth some cash. So
I'd roll over in my grave if I found out that I gave someone my whole collection, and I would prefer them to get money, like Tanner's saying. If you just threw them out, you're kind of disgracing my
no way.
yeah,
legacy.
please, if you're gonna get rid of them, sell them.
Put
to
them through a
somebody else.
shredder or something like that.
I'm sure there is a mouth-breathing creep who would pay a pretty penny.
Undeniably.
I was just
yeah.
at an antique store recently. You know, one of those places where they have booths all through the
Yeah,
store there.
yeah.
And one of the places was just loaded with old Playboys.
Man, they would
So
love
there's
to get a hold of
there's
that.
a market for it, for sure.
Let's see. Jacob on the internet said he's got a clay statue that his mom made. His dad, when they were married, they got divorced 25 years ago, and he just can't seem to get rid of it.
Ooh,
Every
yeah.
time his mom comes over, it's like, God,
Remember that, Mom?
why do you still have that?
It's like, remember when you broke up the family?
Do either of you, or all three of you, I guess, do you have anything at your parents' homes? Or, like, was there anything that was left at, like, a house that you once lived in and now, like, your parent now has a collection of your old stuff? So you don't
No.
have to deal with it, but they still have it?
Now, the only thing left behind is shattered dreams.
That's
You know, I had an old drum set that it was a very cheap drum set that my mom bitched at me for about 10 or 15 years after I moved out to come and get it, and I never did. I think she ended up just selling it to somebody.
yeah.
And it just finally, it's like the ship has sailed. You got to get it out.
Yeah.
I didn't leave. Well, I left a bunch of stuff, but my dad just slowly dropped all that off and got it out of his life. But my parents are plagued with my little brother's Russian stacking doll collection.
I remember you told me that your brother was like addicted to those things for a while.
When he was like 8 or something, he loved Russian stacking dolls. So every time we would go somewhere, like, because my dad's from England, we would be in Europe and we'd find these stacking dolls, which I always found. I'm like, where are your wooden dolls, bro?
Yeah.
But there are a bunch of creepy stacking dolls. You know, it's where one doll's inside
Yeah,
another,
yeah.
inside another,
Sure,
and
yeah.
another, and another. But yeah, they should just make a little campfire out back and let's cook some
Hey,
Russian.
he might be sitting on some dough there. You
Yeah, I
gotta
was gonna-
take him to Antiques Roadshow and see what's
I
going
would
on.
say,
There you go.
Just like the
Yeah.
other stuff, it would be criminal to just burn them.
There was that one dude who had a blanket like on his couch, and he found out it was like an old Navajo blanket, and he made like 300 grand.
I've seen so many of those stories.
I
The
love
guy
that show.
Appraised this old box. He goes, "Yeah, I just used to sit on my grandma's back porch. She kept potatoes in it." Same thing. It's like a $5,000 piece of
Whoa.
furniture.
That's incredible.
Sheila says, my grandpa's chair. I'm holding on to my grandpa's chair and I can't get rid of it. It's starting to fall apart now and it's really ugly. I guess we can't keep everything, but they're still holding on to it as of right now. Their grandpa's old chair.
I got a creepy one, and it's real quick. I just have a piece of paper that's on a magnet on my fridge, and it's the gift receipt from my grandma when I got married. And like right after I got married, she got cancer and she passed away. But
Oh.
that thing is so old now because it's from 2012
fades.
that it looks like it's a newspaper from the 20s. It's that
Yeah.
brown. It's
Yeah.
all folded up. If you flicked it, it would go into 100 pieces.
The grandparent stuff, it's hard to part with that. Like I showed you guys off the air, I still got my grandpa's driver's license that I've carried my wallet since I started carrying a wallet.
I think
basically.
expired, in 85.
Expired in 85, so he got it around, 81 or 2, somewhere in that neighborhood. But
You should hand it to the next cop who pulls you over to see what happens. Yeah, everything you're going to need is right there.
We asked a question, what's something you're holding on to that you just can't get rid of? Chris Jones on Facebook said, anger. I'm holding on to a lot of anger.
Yeah, I mean, that goes for all of us probably.
Mike says, I'm just waiting for someone to say, my wife or my husband.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
No,
get rid of him.
You got to kick him to the curb.
Well, yeah, it's a process.
Cut him loose.
Take it from Laura. She was married, and she's like, you know what? This just isn't working for me.
So you got to go.
And how green is the grass over here?
Well,
About all that.
Okay, never mind. Forget it.
doesn't
Forget I
exist.
mentioned
Yeah,
it.
he's doing really well now. And
Yeah.
And Laura's
Laura's
working
still
on
single.
herself.
Guys, I'm doing great. I'm doing good.
yeah, like the guy, like she got a divorce, and the guy ended up, her ex-husband got together with the co-founder of Meow Wolf.
Which is like a.
If you've been to Vegas, you know what it is.
You know.
Was it
yeah.
Area 15? Is
You
that what they call
know.
It's area mushroom.
it? You go to it when you're
Certainly,
tripping
that's-
balls.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, he's doing just fine.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Living his best life. That's fine. No big deal.
No big deal.
Laura's got the long game. You just see this thing's gonna play out.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right. I feel like it's getting sad in here. Let's give you
Either go to the
$1,000.
piano or to the money.
Yeah. This hour's keyword is credits. Log on 1059thebrew.com and enter the keyword credit for your shot at $1,000. And you have until 9 a.m. to get that keyword in. All right. Good luck. That's credit to 1059thebrew.com. Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. And we're wanting to know if there's something that you're holding on to that you probably should have thrown out a long time ago, but you just can't seem to get rid of it. Everyone says, dude, Dad, we don't need that anymore. It's just taking up space in the garage, but you just can't seem to part with it.
It's the last little piece of your identity. You can't do that.
What is that thing? 866-445-1059. You can also shoot us a talk back through the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Brew Crew, something that's been hanging around for a long time that I can't get rid of. I got this wife hanging around.
Yeah.
There's something about her. I just can't get rid of her.
Yeah.
Rob the welder here, guys. It's funny that you say that. The other day, my mom sent me a picture asking me if I'd still needed these keys, and on the end of the key ring, there was a Tamagotchi. Remember those things? I was like, oh, man.
I don't. What the hell's a Tamagotchi?
Remember those is a funny thing because my 6-year-old got one for Christmas. It's like a fake pet on a keychain.
It's a digital pet.
I remember
it's like
those.
a little egg-shaped thing. Yeah,
weren't they like Digidogs or something like that as a kid, like Digipets or something?
The Digipet, I think, was the knockoff Tamagotchi because that was the hotness, and then they went away, and now they're back.
The other day, Amy honestly has a baby on her boob and is trying to fix this thing in the hallway. Beep, beep, beep. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, it's this Josie's Tamagotchi. It's killing me. Throw it in a toilet.
I know, man.
And on the end of the key ring, there was a Tamagotchi. Remember those things?
What kind did you have, Laura?
I couldn't keep mine alive to save my life.
Well, nothing's changed.
Yeah. Okay, good. They're easy to kill.
But she's had 2 cats. They've been alive for a while.
They're alive.
So.
That's fine.
They're
Plants
jaded, but
and
alive.
Tamagotchis, not my
your
best.
thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, I need to fire that bad boy up, see if it's still alive. No, but of all the stuff she saved, it was my stupid keys to, like, a bicycle. She threw away my whole baseball card collection.
Oh, all your tops?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bro.
Whatever, at least I have my Tamagotchi, I guess.
That's true.
Good morning, Brew Crew. Something I don't think I could ever get rid of is my grandfather's knife that he got off of a Nazi soldier on D-Day at Utah Beach. It is a Nazi youth knife.
Did he pry it from his cold, dead hands?
I bet.
Probably.
Kind of sounds like.
Like he killed a guy and then take his knife?
I mean, it seems like
It is a Nazi youth knife.
Badass. I would think that Nazi youth knife
be more rare.
I feel like that's rare, and I think there was one in the movie Schindler's List. Like he gave him a boy one, or somebody gave something.
I can get you one by 2 o'clock.
I'm sure you could, but I would think that could go in a museum or something. Get that appraised, dude.
What a scary thing, too. You've got your youth knife battling on the beach to stop the Americans. You're a teenager.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's brutal.
Crazy times.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, any of that old war stuff. If your grandpa was in World War II or something, and you got like his an old uniform patch or something, that'd be pretty badass.
Yeah, because those guys went through it. We're mad about mall parking.
Yeah, right. All right, more of your calls and texts coming up in a few minutes. We have a big announcement. Somebody sent us an email about the Morrison Bridge, and it has to do with Laura.
Oh.
Laura and the Morrison Bridge. How are they connected? Find out here in a few minutes. Your next chance to win $1,000 in cash from the Cash Karen is coming up right after Godsmack on The Brew. Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. So I got a message on Facebook. We actually got it on our Tanner, Drew, and Laura Facebook page, and I did not see it until last night. And I'm really butthurt that I didn't see this until last night.
Yeah, me too.
I got a message, or we all got a message from Caden. I don't want to say his full name, but his name is Caden. And this is what he says. He says, hello, I'm in charge of putting the lighting colors on the Morrison Bridge. I had the Detroit Lions colors up last weekend for Laura. I have also put them up this weekend too. Now, this was sent before
when they were
still in it. Yeah. So, but I didn't even notice that the Morrison Bridge had the Lions colors.
I know, and I definitely would have done a drive-by for sure to see that.
And he had it 2 weekends. It was up there 2 weekends.
I feel like a parent what I'm about to say. But like, what do you think, Laura? This guy's going to the extra effort. Do you think he deserves like a little look?
Well, I don't know. His picture of his Instagram.
Oh, is he a gargoyle?
It's just a Subaru.
Oh, he's not willing to show said.
And usually
grill.
when it's just their car, usually
Subi.
Well, I mean, at least grill of the car looks better than the grill of the human.
At least he's not holding a fish, you know. So there's that.
Because you're an instant left swipe on somebody holding a fish.
I mean, honestly, the whole fish thing is a little blown out of proportion. But if that's your first picture, I feel like immediately I'm like, I don't know if we have that much in common because I don't fish.
If you have a buried fish, is it all right? Like, I think somewhere on my social media, there's definitely a fish from the summer.
What if his first picture is just him eating crab legs? Is that okay?
Ooh,
I could do so. I mean, I do love some crab legs. So I mean, if you want to take me out for crab legs, okay, we can talk.
So one of two things: he can either afford crab legs, or he's a really overspending
This
kind
guy,
of guy.
this guy changed the colors of the Morrison Bridge to the Detroit Lions color.
so-
He deserves at least a callback.
Oh, is that what he deserves? Because he did something that I didn't even ask him to do.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
You can
this
like the
stranger did something nice for you, so you obviously need to go to dinner with him.
Jesus,
Okay, that's not how that works.
The attack. Laura.
I will say though, and
this is why you're single.
This
We were
has
asking.
nothing to do. This has nothing to do with me going on a date with this gentleman.
Yeah, we wanted
but,
you
like,
to check a bio.
What do I have to do to get the lights up this weekend?
Oh, nothing now. You've blown
over.
it. You've blown
It's
it.
over.
Your
He
attitude
didn't
is
even ask for a date.
He
He's
said he
probably like
wasn't worth it.
married with
It's
children or something.
he
and just
heard-
wanted to do
he
something
heard your
nice.
overall dude. Your overall
You're
demeanor.
the one
You know
who
what? I
suggested that I owed a man some
You know
sort of
what?
favor
I
for
bet he-
doing
a-
something that I didn't ask.
A callback to like.
He didn't even ask me on a date.
All right,
If he wants
calm
to ask
down.
me on a date,
Calm
he can ask me
down.
on a date.
Hey, I bet
so
you
worked up.
after this, he's going to turn the lights off altogether.
The Morrison Bridge just goes
It's
dark.
gonna be dark.
Like, oh, damn.
Anyway, he said he changed the colors on the Morrison Bridge
and
to
honestly,
Detroit
that
Lions
is
for Laura, but she's not
truthfully
impressed.
And it didn't
I
work.
Not
am-
impressed.
I am very impressed. I didn't say I wasn't impressed. That's great, and I wish I would have seen it. Honestly, I feel like I missed out.
You're just a man rubbing his things against me.
I'm gonna give him your Instagram so you guys can chat. All right, it'll be all right.
Sure,
And
go
what
for it.
if-
My Instagram is public, so
I got a
anyone who
good-
wants to follow me is certainly welcome.
I got a good feeling about you too.
If he's your second husband, you're welcome.
I mean, you never. Stranger things have happened, but you know, you're gonna have to do a little bit more
A
than
little more than a Subaru picture is
All
what
right.
you're saying.
right.
You're exhausting. We are commercial free.
Rude.
Thanks to our friends over at Lazy Boy. And you're also able to watch the show if you're at work and you want to see the SpyCam live feed. It's streaming in real time online at 1059thebrew.com. There we are right now.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
look at that ugly
hey.
mug. Oh, sorry about that.
Big dumb heads. Yeah.
It's like DK mode in here.
We're commercial free thanks to Lazy Boy. Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Coming up here in a few minutes, we're going to get somebody qualified for that free trip to Seattle that we're giving away at our bacon and beer party.
Nice.
It's going to be a cool trip. It's a trip for two to Seattle. We'll also hook you up with tickets to see the Rolling Stones at Lumen Field May 15th.
Yeah.
And you'll get 2 nights at Hotel 5, a Stay Pineapple hotel with out of the ordinary hotels in extraordinary locations. That's their thing.
It's very nice.
It's going to be great. And I don't get up there often enough to really be familiar with everything. So it's really kind of like traveling to a whole different area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a ton of good food up there, too. Seattle's expensive, but
catch a fish.
When you don't pay for your transportation, your hotel, or tickets to the show, you're going to have plenty of money for food and extra activities and things like that.
Funny money mode.
Touristy things.
So the party is free and open to everyone on Friday, February 16th. We'll be at Stormbreaker Brewing in St. John's. Come on out, get some free bacon. If you can, bring down some canned food. That's all we're asking for.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really the admission to get in. There's like 3 cans of food, if you can. But if you're in a situation where you need help yourself, we don't expect you to bring down food.
It wouldn't help if you're still hungry and you gave us what you had to eat.
Right.
But the goal is to collect over 1,200 pounds of food at this bacon and beer. We collected over 1,100 at the last one, and I think we can collect more this time. We just have to keep our foot on the gas.
So keep the egg off our face and help us break our record.
Next Friday, all right, the St. John's location of bacon and beer. Come on out and get crazy and win this trip to Seattle.
Yeah, and if you haven't asked for the day off yet, get it done because next Friday is going to be here before you know it.
Now, again, like I said, the party's free and open to everyone, but you have to be a finalist for the trip. We'll qualify people in less than 10 minutes. We are commercial free thanks to our friends over at Lazy Boy. It's Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew, Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Happy Wednesday. We're getting closer and closer to bacon and beer. Coming up next Friday, Beefwater.
Hard to believe.
Are you excited for your Cupid costume?
You have no idea. I am beyond excited. I have been, I've been doing about 1,300 to 1,400 sit-ups a night.
No, you're not.
Plus the 900 I do in the morning just to get the blood pumping.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are, Drew Tiedemann?
Well, he's going to be washing. He's going to be washing that outfit on those abs. If you're true about that,
it's just temporary. It's no problem. But I am going in for one of them wraps.
Okay.
Try and suck some of the sweat out of me.
Casey hates costumes, and that's why we put him in costumes at every bacon and beer since he's been a part of them.
And also because he looks fantastic.
He
in
does.
them.
I've had one bacon and beer as a civilian. Everything, everything else has been 1 or 5 costumes.
But if you think about it, this is the first time we've dressed you up as a god.
That's
Because
true.
Cupid is the god of desire.
Yeah, I've been the god of the sea before. Goddess.
Well, yeah,
you're a mermaid, right?
You're no Poseidon.
You've also been the god of romance novels.
This is true.
I mean, come on, we always dress you up as sexy things.
So come on out next Friday at Stormbreaker Brewing in St. John's to see Casey in his very sexy, possibly offensive Cupid costume.
It's going to be, it's deluxe. I'll just put it that way. It's a deluxe outfit.
We spent $40 on this thing. Deluxe is nowhere in the world.
Casey brought it in. The one thing I'm concerned about is that it's kind of
the flesh color.
Oh, is that it?
Well, it's sheer.
Let me
so
see.
I thought that was a tablecloth.
You're gonna have to wear
nothing under it.
Wait, so the
preferably,
whole
but
that's
also
the robe?
if you're feeling exposed, yeah. So it's like a one shoulder.
Yeah, you just got to let him hang, dude.
Can we model this for a moment, please?
Model it?
Casey?
So will you?
If you're watching us on a
Just
camera,
put it
you
up,
can
just put it up. Yeah.
you can see this at 1059thebrew.com.
That fails to cover one of your moves.
Yeah, there's going to be at least one nip nop exposed.
Yeah, one will
for
be
sure.
one will be hanging out, just like a.
Should we get him a paste?
July in '89.
That's very nice.
And
Yeah,
there's-
I think that's going to look great.
And there's a lot of stuff that we've got connected to it. Like
It'll have flair.
the arrow, the quiver, all that stuff.
Yeah, you're just looking at a base layer. There's so much more to go into that.
But yeah, it is. It's not exactly what I thought, but here it is.
I'm excited. I know that you're not super thrilled, Case, but you're going to be fine. Beefwater, you're going to be just fine. And I'm excited to see it. So if you want to come out, it's next Friday at the Stormbreaker at Stormbreaker Brewing, the St. John's location. Again, everyone who shows up gets free bacon, and you could walk away with the free trip to Seattle to see the Rolling Stones May 15th at Lumen Field. We also have Bill Burr tickets, Sammy Hagar tickets, Limp Bizkit tickets, Red Hot Chili Peppers tickets, ZZ Top, Iron Maiden, Heart, and Cheap Trick. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And I'm still this morning. That's what I was just doing. I was just going through the prize drawer to see what I can come up with. But there'll be some additional surprises to come.
Ooh, nice.
It
I
always
love
gets,
surprises.
we always something unexpected happens that we haven't even planned. So I'm excited for the whole deal.
Always a good time.
I'm also pretty excited for the Super Bowl this weekend, the big game. Right now, who's favored? Has it changed?
It's still the 49ers by 1.5 but
right.
I think a lot of people, if they're going to take the Chiefs, are just going to bet them straight up.
Yeah. I got Kansas City by 10 is my
10
Wow.
spot.
Wow, wow, wow,
Okay.
wow.
He's going Team Dad Bod.
A lot of people are, rooting for Kansas City, obviously, but a lot of people are not. As a matter of fact, did you hear Travis Kelce get booed the other day? Pretty hard.
Where was he?
I think he was so it was like opening day. They do an opening day now?
So he was in Vegas?
I think so. I
Yeah,
think he
so-
was in the stadium there.
Okay.
Stadium's full of Niner and Chief fans.
Sure, okay.
So they definitely have a bone to pick. This wouldn't happen in September.
Well, they are reaching that point. Like, you can only get so famous and so popular for so long before the table gets turned and you
we're
become the
sick of
devil.
you.
And that's what I was.
Yeah.
I was like, is it going to happen before the Super Bowl? At least wait till the Super Bowl, because I feel like if he wins the Super Bowl, then everyone's going to be like, I'm done with it.
Because
I'm done with Kelce and Swift.
It feels like it's about that time for the tide to turn.
Well, but it's even beyond those two. It's the Mahomes factor, because then if he wins this one, it's going to be like the Patriots.
Yes.
We're annoyed and we're over him.
Right.
But also, I was just reading, and correct me if I'm wrong, the 49ers, they've won how many Super Bowls?
A bunch, but it's
And
been
aren't
a while.
And I know it's been a while, but like they're I want to say they're about to be tied with the Cowboys if they win this Super Bowl for the second most wins.
It's an embarrassment of riches for both of them. And
I'm sick of it!
Yeah, I'm sick of this
Lions
too.
undertones.
That's why I was really on the bandwagon for the Lions, and it would have been great to see the Bills and the Lions play together. You know, that would have been awesome.
But
Blue
alas.
Collar Bowl.
But here we are, the Blue Collar Bowl. But no, it's the
Instead, it's
same
the-
old thing.
It's the I'm so rich it hurts bowl. Because
But-
Mahomes has
yeah.
500 million and Kelsey has Swift.
Here's the moment Travis Kelce did get booed. I think this was just yesterday or the day before.
Ouch.
Just with geography, we're a lot closer to San Fran in this deal.
True.
So
That's
and
true.
San Francisco money, one thing it does is it spends well elsewhere.
I bet you there are going to be more Niners fans there, yeah?
I'm guessing
Probably.
yes, and they've
Right.
got blood in their mouth. But do not.
The people in Kansas City don't have that kind of money.
Kelsey might dress a little funny and he might date a pop star, but he's a fierce competitor, and he's not kidding when he says he'll embrace the boo.
You could tell it fired him up. Like he starts jumping
like,
around.
yeah,
He's
he
like,
wants
let's
to-
do it.
let's
Like,
fight.
Let's play now.
And they know they're going to throw the ball to him, and he still gets what he gets. They said the key to the game, the Niners will not win if he has a good game.
Well, we will have more prop bets tomorrow, more Super Bowl details throughout the week, but I'm very excited to just hoard up on chicken wings and
I can smell the nachos.
oh yeah, the like Dorito
Pizza.
dust on your fingers.
Oh man, I'm ready for all of it. Things that don't go together, like a black olive and a big wad of ranch.
Have you guys made plans on how you're going to get food? Like where you're going to order? You're probably going to make a bunch at home, but are you going to order any?
I went no ordering, but I picked up yesterday the 6-pack of wings, and Costco. I'm telling you, wings have come down since the high hell. $2.99 a pound.
It's pretty
and
good.
They were still there yesterday.
How
so-
many were that left?
A bunch. So they keep them they freeze them and then they come and they thaw in the pack. So I think you'll probably get them today. Tomorrow might be shaky.
Yeah, I wouldn't waste any time. Go get the food before it sells out because you don't want to be. I've done that where I've
Wingless.
waited like the day before. I'm like, I'm just going to walk into a Safeway and get what I need
sure,
for
yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday.
These
No.
Ritz crackers are bomb.
That's all I had.
These are the best.
But
You
yeah,
end up with
get
a
that.
hungry man if you don't plan it out.
I already placed my order into Little Caesars.
Oh yeah, get some.
Oh,
So
nice.
I gotta
You're
pick it
hot
up-
and ready.
there.
Pick it up
too.
at 3:15 and then
Your hot and ready is already ready.
yeah.
I like to think you've got like a red phone at your house, and you just pick
Pick
it
it
up,
up.
and it just
Truly.
goes
No
right to
dialing.
the Little C's.
Direct
And
No,
they
line.
just say-
he's got like that Batman signal in the sky.
Goes
I'm
right
on
to
my way.
Derek the Dust Man in the back.
Yeah, Chad's coming.
He's coming. Hit it.
Fat kid's coming back. When I go in there, it's like I'm embarrassed because the cooks will see me in the back and they'll go Chad because that's my real name if people don't know, and they'll say that and I'm like people will be waiting for their pizzas and I'm just embarrassed. Like, dude,
Embrace
it's like cheers when I
Yes.
walk in there.
You should just
that's
look at those
awesome.
people and be like, "I'm the landlord."
That's right. I look at all of them.
I run this place,
That's what- I
so
would be
get back to
walking
work.
out with my piping hot pizza, looking at all of them, and I go, "No wait, ever. No
It's
wait
true.
for me
I don't have to
ever."
wait. It's
Yeah,
pretty great.
so, I mean,
look
that's
at those
nice.
people with a little kindness. You could be like me. I'll see y'all later.
But like I just embarrassed. Like this is how much I go to Little Caesars. I'm on a first name basis.
You
with
know
these
what?
guys.
We all have those places.
They're chanting Caesar, Caesar.
The last time I went into Wendy's, the manager looked at me and she goes, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a while." I was like,
oh, yeah.
"Are we that noticeable?"
Yeah.
I guess so.
You see 72,000 people a day.
That's when you know you've got a problem when the fast food employee recognizes you and knows your order.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing welfare checks on you
Jesus.
because you went 3 days without going to Wendy's.
All right. I feel like I'm going into cardiac arrest just talking about it all. I can just.
I bet Casey,
Well, I
when
mean-
that lady said that, you took a knee right there in the dining
I was
room.
just like, well, I mean, I get it, lady, but you don't got to say it.
Sure she does. They missed you. Come on.
All right, this hour's keyword for your shot at $1,000. Excuse me. You have until 10 o'clock to get this hour's keyword in. So don't waste time. The keyword is bonus. Log on right now at 1059thebrew.com and you could score $1,000. A lot of good stuff on the website at 1059thebrew.com. This is a crazy video that went viral. This guy, it sounds like he was having a hard day as it is.
Yeah.
And he was pulling up to the gas station to maybe get some gas. And out of nowhere, a pickup truck just comes screaming into the gas station and took out a gas pump.
It made his problems not that big a deal anymore when this happened.
Do you think after that you're like, oh, I guess my day wasn't so bad after
Right.
all.
This is the moment it happened.
And I don't really give a now. He should have, like I said.
Like, I think he sounded like he's talking on the phone or something.
Yeah.
And I don't really give a now. He should have, like I said months ago, whether or not, something. Oh my God! What the?
And from the left side of the screen, the truck comes out of nowhere.
Dang.
I mean, he's like a car lengths away from this accident, so he just missed it.
Is it daytime? So like,
Yeah.
was this guy a drunk driver? What's the deal?
I don't know what happened there, but
Man.
videos online. You can find out for yourself at 1059thebrew.com. That's also the place where you can see Tanner, Drew, and Laura's Dog of the Week and our Donkey Show podcast. All the goods. 1059thebrew.com. Just click on Tanner, Drew, and Laura.
That's right.
All right, coming up in a few minutes, we will do our Donkey Show podcast. You'll be able to hear that at around 10:30, 11 o'clock at the latest at 1059thebrew.com. We got to talk about this porn star. He's married.
Ooh, a dude.
But he does have 7 lovers for every day of the week.
Oh, this guy's a planner. Laura's going to love this guy.
So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Also, the most sinful states in America. What's we have a new number 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Do we? Is it us?
Well, I mean, we've been up to no good.
You'll have to find out during the Donkey Show podcast.
Well, how's
in
that
minutes.
for a tease? Hey.
In the meantime, let's put some people on the list for this trip to Seattle to see the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
We're giving this trip away at our Bacon and Beer Party next Friday at Stormbaker Brewing in St. John's. The party is free and open to everyone. We are asking you to bring 3 cans of food down if you can. But if you can't, that's fine. We'll still let you in.
And if you've never been to one of these, this is another level compared to some standard radio event. This is Bacon and Beer takes it up a notch.
Yeah, everyone who shows up gets free bacon, and you could walk away with this trip to Seattle to see the Rolling Stones May 15th at Lumen Field. You'll get 2 nights at Hotel 5, and we'll send you there on the Amtrak train. So let's put callers 10 through 15 on that list right now. 866-445-1059 is the phone number. Again, the party is free and open to everyone, but you got to be a finalist if you want to win that trip.
Yeah.
All right, Teresa's in next. She's got another chance for you to win $1,000 from the Cash Karen coming up right after Green Day. Happy Wednesday. It's 1059 The Brew.